Hey friends, Thursday, April 21st, 2011. You'll see all these tabs I got up here. This is just 1 week's worth of news in regards to teenage children getting themselves into some very serious trouble. We'll start here. Teen charged with murdering tourist had been screened for risk days earlier. This is just the past week, by the way. This is not months. This is the past week. A pair of British tourists were shot down in Newtown, Florida. The next day, 16-year-old Sean Tyson was arrested on murder charges. It was his second arrest this month. Less than 2 weeks earlier, he had been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Brilliant. Moving along. This is earlier this month. Gruesome details revealed in San Francisco teen slaying. After 16-year-old San Francisco boy was shot to death over the weekend, the accused killer and accomplices discussed sawing up his body to hide his death and then bungled an attempt to set him ablaze. Yeah, that's a winner. Probably the most disturbing one in the stack, to peak a Capital Journal. Youth 17 to be tried as an adult in the rape of a child 5 years old. 17-year-old youth charged with sexually assaulting a 5-year-old girl during a home invasion in November will face Shawnee County District Court as an adult. That's like, this kid will never see the light of day again. You realize that. Moving along, Canton teen charged as juvenile in accidental shooting. Brought a handgun to another teen's residence. Accidentally fired it, left the victim paralyzed. This is probably the most epic of them all. Girl 12 charged as juvenile in armed robbery attempt. So a 12-year-old girl goes packing a pistol and tries to rob a store. Second youth arrested in dog burning. This is Milwaukee. Setting a small dog on fire. How sick this kid is. Youth arrest fatal shooting last month of teen in Lansdowne. This is by the Baltimore Sun. Armando Soleil Hernandez, 16. He's going to be charged as an adult with first-degree murder. Girls, ages 11 and 12, could be charged with cyberstalking. And this article you have to read. I'm not going to go into it, but some very sick individuals here. 16-year-old Valparaiso girl charged as an adult in sex attack. She's being accusations of handcuffing, confining for hours, and sexually assaulting a 17-year-old boy. By the way, this 17-year-old boy is mentally handicapped. So she's also got a 14-year-old accomplice. It's a shame. She's not a bad-looking girl either. Teen beaten, shot, burned in sleeping bag. Ocala, Florida. 6 people were arrested. Some of them are... This guy's 47 years old. What the hell is he doing running around with a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old? The point of my video is, people, is that it's become readily apparent that we don't raise our children no more. You know, a woman gets pregnant, she spits out the kid, and the kid is nothing more than a burden on her lifestyle, and it's okay to let these kids just run around and wreak havoc in society and all this other horse shit. But the minute someone shoots them in self-defense, or the minute they end up arrested and they're going to jail, right away the parents are screaming all kinds of, my kid was singled out, and it's such a tragedy, you shot my kid, and all this crap. Let me tell you something. This girl here, if she pulled this shit in Pennsylvania, she'd probably be dead. Because somebody in the store would have shot her. And then this girl's mother would be out there screaming and crying that, oh, you shot my child. Forget the fact that your child is running around like a hood rat with a handgun trying to rob convenience stores. This kid here should be shot because he's raping a 5-year-old child. This girl here, her parents are going to be out there screaming that their child was singled out, and that the district attorney is, quote, advancing the case much farther than it should be. What they don't mention, or they mention further down in the article, is that the kid that she sexually abused and assaulted and confined for hours with handcuffs and threatened to kill with a knife, the 17-year-old boy is mentally handicapped. What the fuck, people? We went from the baby boom generation, which was a result of the World War II generation, who did great things. The baby boomers went out in the quest to seek the American lifestyle. They all had kids who all became hippies and all that shit in the 60s and the early 70s. All those people had kids, and some of them are still having kids. And I might have missed a generation somewhere in there, but now we've gotten to the point today where it's okay to have children and not be responsible for them. And you're totally feeding into the government's argument that you cannot raise your kids, only the government can do it for you. And you wonder why kids are stupid. They don't have an education. Half of them can't read. Half of them can't add. But yet they could tell you who the frickin' winner on American Idol is. This is disturbing. This is the future of our country right here. All these kids that are being arrested, going to jail, being charged as adults for murder, and gruesome stuff too. It's not even, some of it's gruesome. I mean, a 17-year-old raping a 5-year-old. This guy here wants to saw up the body and then burn it. What the fuck's going on with people in this country, man? Is this the future of America right here? All these kids? And this is just the past week. I could only imagine if you were to continue for the past month how many tabs you would have opened up here. Parents need to start taking responsibility for their children. They need to start raising their children. This whole crap about, oh, well, both parents got to work and it's not fair to the parents. Bullshit. I was raised in a single-parent home, and my mother went to work at 7. And I can tell you right now, anytime I got in trouble, I got my ass kicked. I think it's time parents started kicking their kids' asses in more often. This is just brutally disturbing. And if this trend continues, this country is fucked.